May 2020's vinyl update. Ahoy, hi everybody, and welcome to my vinyl update from May 2020. A few this month, not as many as the last couple of months. The online deal of the days weren't as much to my taste this month, and there was no big sales. HMV had a 2 for £30 sale on, but there wasn't much really appealed, so I didn't bother with that. Yeah, let's get cracking. So first up we have Tom Petty's Full Moon Fever. This was a deal of the day. I think it was £8.99 from recordstore.co.uk, or one of its subsidiaries. Tom Petty, apart from his work with Travelling Wilburys, don't really know much of his music. I mean, I know Free Falling and I Won't Back Down from this. It's probably all the Tom Petty I could sing. I think my sister had this on cassette, back when it came out in '89, so I probably heard it through her bedroom door back then, but I couldn't, consciously say that I've listened to it. Tom Petty, somebody, lots of talk about on the VC. He's a popular artist, but he's just somebody who I've never really, as I say, never really heard even, so I can't comment too much whether I like him. I mean, I like the 2 songs I've already mentioned, so I thought I would pick this up and give it a go. See if I fall into the Tom Petty trap. This was also a deal of the day. Nirvana's MTV Unplugged in New York. As you may have seen, I have this on CD, but it is such a great album that, again, I think it was £8.99. Thought I'd pick it up. This is the original vinyl, original vinyl release, the original vinyl reissue. I think it has just been reissued in possibly double vinyl. But, for the price for an album I already had, this will do me nicely. Bit of VCLT now. Stuart Cohen, I presume. Sorry, Stuart, if I'm wrong. Got in touch after my Tapestry first listened to video and said he'd bought the Mo-Fi recording of that, and it had a fault on the pressing, so that he was being sent a new one, and rather than bin the faulty one, would I like it? So I said yes, thank you very much. So he sent me this. I will show you the fault. It is just a minor fault. Well, a fault at the start of side 2, but this is my first Mo-Fi recording. So it's, the inner sleeve is sort of an advert. Is it an inner sleeve? No, it's not an inner sleeve, is it? It's sort of an advert fold out. So if you haven't watched my video, I really love this album. So yeah, at the start of side 2, yeah, you can just see it's sort of a fault all round. Well, I say all round, it's about a third of it. A pressing fault. So it just means I just sort of have to skip the start of side 2 when I listen to it. But that's not a huge issue because I have another copy. So yeah, that was very kind of you, Stuart. Thank you very much. Hope you're keeping well. Browsing Facebook. I think it was around Easter time, and advert popped up for Mondo, the US soundtrack specialists, and they were doing free shipping worldwide for a limited period. It might be an Easter weekend. So I had a look, and there was about 4 that I really fancied, but 2 that I really wanted. And sure enough, they came. I had to pay customs on them, unfortunately. But I think they worked out £40-something for the pair. Let's have a look. yeah, it was $55, which I think worked out something like £48 for the pair, and so no shipping. But then I had to pay, I think it was about a tenner customs on it, so it wasn't too bad. You know, it's still worth doing. But yes, so this is the soundtrack to Batman, the Tim Burton Batman. This is Danny Elfman's soundtrack, not Prince's music from. I've always loved this music and never got round to buying the soundtrack in any format, so happy to pick this up. And there was, I think, 2 choices on this. All Mondo stuff comes with an Obi strip for some reason. Plain black vinyl or black and purple vinyl. So yeah, really like that. And then the other one which isn't a gatefold, so I've kept it in the shrink, is, that may or may not be a giveaway depending on how familiar you are with the film, very glary. This is a soundtrack to Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This is the songs. So it's got Play With Me from Extreme, which is my main reason for picking it up. The Boys and Girls Are Doing It by Vital Signs. Not So Far Away by Glenn Burtnick. Dancing with a Gypsy by Tora Tora. Father Time by Shark Island. I Can't Break Away by Big Pig. Dangerous by Shark Island. Walk Away by Bricklin. In Time by Robbie Robb. And Two Heads Are Better Than One by Power Tool. It's not the easiest thing to read because it's very light writing, faint writing, but yeah, really nice copy of this. And this comes with a little sheet, Circuits of Time directory. So this is a page from a yellow page, is what they use in the film. Well, it's not an actual page, but made up to look like one. And then the cover is the inner sleeve. And then there is, again, this had 3 choices. I think this had, it was black vinyl. I can't remember, a trio of colours, or red, white and black. And I went for a red, white and black. And that is just stunning. Absolutely love that. Don't know if that's any clearer on the track listing. But yeah, that's one of my favourite pieces of vinyl I own. So really happy with them. Yeah, so I was tempted. They had a Batman Returns soundtrack, but when I looked, they only had the black vinyl, and you can get that on Amazon over here, so I didn't bother with that. I can't remember what the other one that appealed was. So, as you've seen on previous updates, whilst lockdown's happening, I have picked up some bits from my local Gosport record store online. A slice of vinyl. This month combination of I decided to, and they got their act together and properly sorted out their Discogs site. I supported my Fareham record store, Heathen Chemistry, and picked up a couple of bits. First up is an album that was on my long list for Record Store Day last year. It was sort of first reserve, or second reserve, if they didn't have a couple of the items that I wanted. First reserve was The World of David Bowie, which I picked up about a week later anyway. But finally got round to picking this up. There's just something about this album that appeals. I really don't know what it is. But this is Brigitte Bardot and Bibi Legendre. So it's sort of a mixture of tracks recorded by Brigitte Bardot, and then songs about Brigitte Bardot, and then songs from her films. So I don't know what it is about it, but it just appealed as soon as I saw it on the list. A nice gatefold. And it's on baby pink, I think they call it, but it has got a couple of little black smudges, if you like. That's the most obvious one. And another one there. And it's just sort of a dirty... Yeah, it's not dirt, but it's obviously from the pressing. But it's nice. In this lighting, it's looking a bit white, but it is a pink. If you show it against the white, you can see it is hinged. But yeah, so looking forward to giving that a listen. And the other one I picked up from them was a release that came out, I think it was the start of this, was it the start of this year? Yeah, I think it was the start of this year. It's a little EP from Gaz Coombs from Supergrass, Sheldonian live EP. So it is 4 tracks recorded at the Sheldonian Theatre in Oxford in May 2019 with the Hot Fruit Orchestra. The Girl Who Fell to Earth, The Oaks, Walk the Walk and Slow Motion Life. Nice inner sleeve with pictures of the concert. And it's on a nice translucent aquamarine blue colour. So, big Supergrass fan, as you may know. I bought Gaz Coombs' last album, The World's Strongest Man, on vinyl and CD. Enjoyed that, although it took a while for me to get into, but I do enjoy it. And after I sort of first listen, it sort of a bit nonplussed by it. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I wasn't as Supergrassy as I was expecting. But then I saw him play it live at the Victorious Festival in Southsea in 2018, and it sort of clicked for me then, and then I listened to it again afterwards and enjoyed it a lot more. I still need to go back and get his first 2 solo albums, but yeah, thought I'd pick that up. Okay, the next album, bit of a story too. I pledged for this album on Pledge Music, and then Pledge Music went tits up and I lost the money I pledged on that. So the artist launched their own website to sell the album, and I was hanging on, and then I finally ordered it earlier this year, February I think it was. The album was released about a month ago now. Yeah, I think it might have been last week in April it was meant to be out. If not, it was first week of May. Didn't get it on release day, didn't get it the day after, so hung on. After a week I thought, well, I'll email them. So I emailed both, it's Wendy James's album, both Wendy James's website and the distribution centre, and Wendy sent me a personalised reply saying she'll get onto them as well. You know, they're being sent from them, so she can't directly do it, but she will get onto them as well, and fingers crossed it'll come. About 5 or 6 days later it did turn up without any further emails from the distribution centre. I ordered the vinyl. This is Queen High Straight. This is a double album, 20 tracks. So I ordered a signed vinyl and also a signed CD. There was also a deluxe CD that I didn't bother getting because the bits that were deluxe were basically just the lyrics and everything, which I've got on the vinyl. But I've listened to the album, I listened to the CD, and it is really, really good. Huge range of styles on it. I was worried. Our last album, which I enjoyed a lot, Price of a Ticket, was a bit punky, and I thought 20 tracks of that might get a bit repetitive. But, you know, there's stuff here that sounds like Brigitte Bardot, you know, there's pop like that, there's transvision vampy stuff, there's punky stuff, there's folky, singer-songwritery stuff. Just really strong album, so I emailed Wendy just to compliment her, say, A, it's turned up, and B, it is brilliant. And she sent a nice reply to that, which was very nice. But yeah, highly recommend the album. Whichever format takes your fancy. Yeah. Okay, this was another deal of the day. This is for my first listens to classic albums. I might put Tom Petty in that series. Haven't decided yet, but this definitely will be. This is Public Enemy's It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back. I had a friend at school who was sort of into Public Enemy, so I might have heard this, but I don't really remember it. Bring the Noise, Don't Believe the Hype, I'm aware of. I think that's it for this album. Obviously Fight the Power is their sort of biggie that everybody knows. On Def Jam. But again, this was either $8.99 or $9.99. I'm not a huge rap fan, but I don't dislike rap. And I know this is a very important album, so I thought I'd pick it up. This is the new album by Badly Drawn Boy. The only Badly Drawn Boy I actually own, apart from a couple of tracks on compilations, is the About a Boy soundtrack, which I love. But I've always liked his work, so this popped up. I think, again, it was on Facebook, actually, I think, an advert for it. And I thought, oh, well, you know what, I'm going to pre-order that if it's a decent price. And I got a bundle, signed album and signed CD for 20 quid, I think it was. So, happy with that, especially because it is on yellow vinyl. So, yeah, signed on the inside. Beautiful signature as well. Really like that. The album, nice yellow vinyl, strong, vibrant, and a nice label that really stands out against it as well. It's a really nice pressing. I did hear the first track, released from this on the radio, and it wasn't quite what I was expecting, but I liked it. It's double album, so more of the same. But I think Damon Gough is a very talented singer-songwriter. And then the lyric sheet comes in the form of a poster. This is the album cover. And then lyrics on the back. And then we got a little bit of pre-loved stuff. Richard McCook did a video a couple of weeks ago. Might even have only been a week ago, about Tanita Tikaram, who I am a fan of. I've owned Ancient Heart in every format, and I've got her 2 best ofs, but I never got round. I had Sweet Keeper on cassette, which is up in the loft somewhere, but I never got round to getting anything else from her. So I was inspired, as I told him, I was inspired by his video, and I ordered the albums that were released on vinyl through eBay, and all the rest on CD through eBay, which I think I'm waiting for one more to come of the CDs, but all the vinyls turned up. So this was her 3rd album, Everybody's Angel. Only the Ones We Love, I think, was probably the only relatively known song from that, but I'm not even sure that hit the top 40. Bit of a split to the inner sleeve, but you tend to expect that with older stuff. But otherwise in really nice condition. It looks like it's barely been played. And then one seller had... this was her... Going back to this, sorry, this was her last album she did with Rog Argent and Peter Van Hook, who produced her first 3. But yeah, one seller was doing a package with 2 of her albums. So her second album was Sweet Keeper, which, as I say, I did own on cassette. What were the singles? I can't remember what the singles were because I know the album. I can't remember what the singles. I think We Almost Got It Together was definitely a single. But yeah, really good album, this. Very much in the vein of Ancient Heart. And again, in really good condition. So that was her second album, and her fourth album, 11 Kinds of Loneliness, which was self-produced, I think, yeah. And again, practically perfect. So really happy with them. And then finally, I did an unboxing of these on Saturday, which, if everything goes to plan, this is going up Monday. I'm recording it Monday. These are the new Prince reissues. So say I've done an unboxing, so if you want to see them in any detail, have a look at that. But they are One Night Alone. Yeah. Apart from Rainbow Children, which I will show you, they're all on the usual marbly purple vinyl. So One Night Alone, which is his more or less acoustic piano album. One Night Alone Live, which is a 4 LP set recorded in various venues in America on the One Night Alone tour. And then One Night Alone It Ain't Over, the after shows, which is 2 LPs of recordings from after show performances. And then finally, my second favourite Prince album, The Rainbow Children, on 2 LPs. As I showed in my unboxing, really annoying because track listing is on a sticker on the shrink, but it's a gatefold. And this is on clear vinyl. Because in order to get the rainbow effect, it comes with a slip mat, nice felt slip mat, which obviously as it spins forms a rainbow effect. If you want to see that in operation, watch my unboxing. So yeah, that was my haul for May. Still a fair bit, just not quite as much as it has been lately, for no reason other than there hasn't been anything really that I wanted. Hopefully, he says, sort that in a minute. In theory, record shops are opening in a couple of weeks. My Heathen Chemistry, my Fairham one, they're opening sort of normally. However, it's only 2 customers in the store at any one time. The store is sort of in 2 halves, so you have to stay in a half whilst there's somebody in the other half. Masks must be worn, and they will be providing gloves on the way in for you to wear, so that way they know they're fresh gloves, but you're not just bringing in dirty gloves and contaminating the records. My Gosport's record store, he's in a funny position because he's above a bar, so because they won't be allowed to be open, he can't just open his doors, and he's quite small as well. So at the moment he's only going to be opening 1 day a week. It's going to be by appointment only. You get a half-hour slot, and then at the end, when you leave, it'll spend 10 minutes wiping down all the racks with an anti-bac. So looking forward to getting out there and getting browsing again. I've got some pre-orders due. The Sleeper Smart reissue comes out this Friday, as does I've pre-ordered the Jimi Hendrix Band of Gypsies new re-release on red and black marble vinyl. Sure, there's a couple more things as well, and I'm sure I'll pick up bits as we go. But yes, hope you're all well. Thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. Thank you again, Stuart, and I'll see you on... Oh, no I won't. Another reason why I haven't bought so much this month, well, not really, but I treated myself to upgrading my record player. So I was using a Sony something, which was very good. It worked, it worked fine. I was happy with it, but you couldn't make any adjustments on it or anything like that. It was a bit clunky. It wasn't terrific sound quality. It was, perfectly adequate, but it wasn't terrific sound quality. And I'm convinced some records were skipping, but probably won't on this. I haven't tested them yet, but I'm pretty certain they won't on this. So I bought the Audio-Technica AT-LP120X, common record player on the vinyl community. Really decent, solid bit of kit. Really happy with it so far. I've had it less than a week. I think when Wednesday came, yeah. So I've had it less than a week, but so far really happy with it. Had no problems whatsoever. Now I've finished. Yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Thanks. Bye.